Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Success Shift. My name is Jake. It is Tuesday, and I'm very happy to be here. We took yesterday off. I have been trying to manage myself a little bit better, and as life progresses, so does the list of things that I need to do. And so I thought I will try to reduce the number of calls for now to 3 times a week, just so that I can keep things fresh, keep coming to you with hopefully good and helpful knowledge and insight, and just manage a few of the things on my end. As you all know, I am a new father. Our little man's getting more and more, how do I say, active. Let's go with that. And keeping me on my toes. He started dragging himself along the floor the other day, which I'm super grateful for being able to witness that. Obviously, being a work at home dad, for the majority of it, I get to see a lot of these firsts, these first steps, the first laughing, the first, when he's grabbing, all these sort of things. He's pulling himself up. He always grabs onto my dreads and he tries to pull himself up on them. And I'm just beyond grateful that I have situated myself in a lifestyle that allows me to be here for these things. And this was my whole goal when I quit engineering, was to travel the world and find a way that I could work from home so that I could be here for these. And now that it's coming to fruition, now that it is now, I am just over the moon grateful. So I'm taking a bit of time off so I can be with him a bit more, be present, be just there. I know a lot of the time in life we have 101 things on our mind, and unfortunately this takes us out of our present state in what we are doing. So very often we are there with people, but we do not show that we're there, in a sense, because our mind might be on what else we have to do, what we were thinking about before, new ideas that are popping into our head. And it's really, really important, I think, to find a way in yourself so that you can bring mindfulness to your present moment. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, but be there 100% and organize and manage yourself so that you can just be present in the places you are. So if I'm watching a movie, be present in the movie. If I'm playing with my kid, be present in playing with my kid. If I'm at my podcast speaking to you, I'm present with you right now. I'm not trying to look at Facebook and go through my phone and respond to messages. I'm here with you. Same when I'm trading. I'm here on the charts trading. I know that one of my rules, if I start to look elsewhere, do anything else, then that's it. I'm off. My presence isn't there anymore. So I noticed that happening to me a little bit, and which is why I've decided to reduce the number of days and become more present and find even more gratitude in the lifestyle that I've set up for myself. So that's my gratitude this morning. Please feel free to share your gratitude in the chats. We'll go over some of that. Welcoming you all back. It's so great to see you all again. It felt like so long since I for me for the last one, because we had the weekend and then day off. Surprising. I thought I would not feel this way, but I was very much looking forward to today. Good morning. Grateful for a walk in the snow this morning and for my trading journal arriving. Yay. So glad to hear more of these journals arriving. I'm sorry it's taken so long. It's completely out of my hands. It's all up to Amazon, and they have been really poor with their communication to me. So I'm glad that you are getting them. And I hope that anyone else who has ordered them will receive them soon. Like I said, if not, please get in contact with me. I'm grateful for the fresh snow that makes everything look so beautiful and clean. On an early flight, so just listening. Oh, on an early flight, still tuning in. So glad you're here still. I'm grateful for you to show up even when you're flying. I'm grateful that my trading journal arrived as well. Yes, even more journals. Perfect. I'm grateful that we are boarded amid the snow. Now I'll be more grateful if we leave on time. Yeah, I'm hoping for you as well. I know flying in snowy conditions and icy weather can always be a bit daunting because of delays. I'm grateful for the fact that I did not receive any broken bones or concussions in a recent fall. Well, I'm glad for you too. I hope you're feeling okay and the fall wasn't too bad. But if you're considering there could have been broken bones and concussions, I'm very happy that you are here with us today and not in too much pain. Okay. Thank you, everyone who shared. Anyone who didn't, I hope you are finding gratitude still. Try and do it. And everyone who's here finding gratitude, I love that you're here. Now that we're not here every day, please try and find it on your own, the days that we're not here. And in the evening, if you can practice it when you go to bed. I know a lot of you are here early morning, but finding gratitude at night before you go to bed is going to put you in a great positive state of mind for when you wake up, which is basically when you jump on these calls. So do practice that. Like I said, I always find it easier, which is the whole reason I created this journal, to have things like that hand held, so you can use your senses, you can see them. They're out of sight, out of mind when it's digital, I find. But when you have something that's hard cover and in your space or on your bed, or a very good trick if you're reading a book is to place it on your pillow so that when you go to bed, you see it and you try to read some pages. Same with the gratitude journal. Trading journal I have right on my laptop so that I'm always reminded to track my journals, my trades. Gratitude journal, if you have it by your bed or on your bed, you can remind yourself to find gratitude. And I guarantee you, if you do it every single day, twice a day, it will change your life over time. I would put money on it, but not everyone does it. So what are we going to talk about today? Today, I am excited to talk to you about what makes a successful trader. So I've been going back and forth, trying to figure out the best way that I can really try and share the shifts that I've found and kind of give you that different perspective on what trading is and how you can move forward. Because I feel so much that I meet so many traders or people who are trying to trade, and lots of them get to a point and then it's just this barrier that they just cannot break through. They cannot get over this next hurdle. And you might start to, increase a little bit and have little breakthroughs, but it just feels like you're stuck at this wall and you really can't get through. Put some ones in the chat if you actually feel like that yourself. Gonna have to excuse me 1 second. We've just got a delivery that we've been waiting for all day, and it just so happens to come during this half an hour. So please bear with me. I'm so sorry. 1 second. Okay, my apologies, everyone. They're a bit ruthless here. My wife's been waiting for a delivery all day for her business, which has got orders to fill. And if you don't get there when you say you're going to be there, they take it off, and it can be 2 weeks till you get it again. So I had to do that. My apologies. So where were we? Yeah. So who thinks they've been stuck at a wall? That's what I was saying. Some ones. I have felt that way. I've been there before. Yeah. And so I think lots of people go through the phases of trading. And the thing with trading is when you first hear about it, it almost sounds too good to be true, because you click a button and you make a lot of money. And there's people who have gone from nothing to millionaires in 2 to 3 years. And it seems very, let's say, like a unicorn. And the thing is, it can be that way. And you can be the person who it just clicks for. And you can have success very quickly to a very, very large level. And I think that's what a lot of us are drawn to. But that's not the case for everyone. Now, does this mean that you can't be successful because you're not that unicorn? No, of course not. And I've said this many, many times before, and I'll continue to say it, that trading is the best self-development program in the world, because what you have to do is you have to learn about yourself to such an extent that allows you to hold the traits of what I believe a successful trader is. So what often happens when you start trading is you get this hope, this belief in you, and you start and you press a few buttons and you make some money really quickly, and you can have 3 or 4 or 5 trades in a row, and you're like, wow, this is easy. I love trading. I've just made so much money so quickly. And then it can change in an instant. So who's had a feeling of that before? Maybe when you first started, put some ones in the chat if you had a hot streak and you're like, wow, this trading is actually really, really easy. Yeah, I know for me, when I first started, I was learning from someone that was on a hot streak, and I think we went for like 5 weeks of just wins, and I was like, trading is awesome. How have I not heard about this before? I'm going to be a millionaire by next month. But then, of course, as with all the highs that come, what goes up must come down. And unfortunately, that person crashed hard and had a lot of losses. And the problem was sustainability. So what they were doing, they were trading in a really good way, but their risk management was poor. And so when they lost big, and then a few of them compounded. And what happens when you hit the opposite side of victory? Your emotions play toll. You start to lose your consistency, all those human traits, revamp, self-doubt. You lose your discipline, you lose that consistency, all these things go out the window, and you blow accounts, or you lose all your money, and you lose all hope, all belief that it's possible. And it can be very, very crushing. So what I wanted to do was try and figure out what are these traits that successful traders have, and how can we obtain them? Because at the end of the day, a trading strategy is great, but there are thousands of trading strategies that work. Literally millions of trading strategies that work, I assume. But the difference is that people don't work, and not every strategy is meant for every person. When I first started trying to do swing trading, I was way too anxious and way too impatient. And so I would see the ebbs and flows of the move, and I could not hold it to my take profits. And I was jumping in and out, and I succumbed to the emotion of the candles and the ebbs and flows, and I was horrible at it. But as you grow and develop as a person, so too does your ability to stick through those things and change and develop with the charts. So before I delve into what I believe is the traits of a successful person, I'd like you to chuck in the chat just a few things that you think characterize a successful trader. There's two parts to this as well, but we'll start with just a few of what you think, what characteristics a successful trader has. Don't be shy. There's no wrong answers here. It's just the ability to stick to the rules. Very good. Yes. Discipline, non-emotional. Yes. Disciplined to follow trading plan. Good. Mindset. Good. Walk away. Is that the ability to walk away, or just walk away in general? I'm assuming it's the ability. Patience, discipline, belief, faith, perseverance, knowledge, understanding, chart movement. Yeah, very good. All these things are very good. Anyone else? Okay. So one of the few things that we came up a lot for a lot of people was discipline. And discipline is very key, I believe. But I also believe that discipline is kind of the umbrella term, because I think with discipline, you can have different aspects like mental discipline, knowing when to say no, thanks, and accepting losses is part of the process. 100%. You have to be consistent in both your wins and your losses, which is one thing which I think a lot of people can't do. Some people can be consistent in their wins, but they cannot be consistent in their losses, and they let their losses take their emotions and run for miles and just destroy accounts. So obviously you've heard me say how important emotions are, but we'll get to that a little bit. So discipline was a very common thing here, which is great because discipline is a key factor. But there's different areas of discipline. Discipline for sticking with your trade, discipline for taking your exits, discipline for showing up to the charts consistently, discipline for not changing your trading strategy all the time, discipline for following your trading plan and not over leveraging and doing proper risk management. So discipline is a huge factor, and I think that sort of categorizes a lot of the things we need to do. We need to cover. Consistency is another big one. I think the charts change a lot, and we need to stay consistent to be profitable over a long time. And this brings me to what is a successful trader. And I think success is determined by each individual, because I believe success is a mindset. However, for me personally, success is being profitable over a long period of time, because I've had phases where I've had great wins. I've also had phases where I've had great losses. And this doesn't make me a failure. It doesn't make me not successful, but it just doesn't make me the success that I want to be. And so I really think that's a key aspect. A successful trader can be different for each individual. And we have to decide whether what we've done so far is successful, whether what we want further as successful or whether it's a growing form of success. So with that in mind, some of the key attributes that I've got here are discipline, my number one, consistency, strong willpower, good intuition, strong emotional intelligence, confidence in your ability, and decisive action. Okay. So I hope some of these have resonated with you and maybe they were things you weren't thinking of. But these key aspects, I think really, if you can hold on to them and grow each one of these, you will become the trader that you want to be. And now that's entirely up to you. If you want to be a 10-figure trader, sick, keep it up, follow these, go hard, you'll get there. If you just want to have enough to add a bit of extra side income as a little hobby, that's great too. I think you just need to stick with these things and you'll get there to the level that you want to get there. It's all personal dependent as well. So we have discipline, as I was saying, it's a category that kind of umbrellas a lot of the things. Consistency, showing up all the time, consistently taking your trades, consistently exiting on your exits, consistently trading your trading strategy, consistently finding gratitude for your profits, consistently, excuse me, consistently tracking your trades, consistently tracking your emotions. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Consistently, objectively analyzing your trades, consistently growing, consistently reaching out for help, consistently trying to better yourself. Okay, you can go through waves, but until you find that consistent behavior, which will turn into good habits and routines, I really think you're going to struggle to find a steady growth. So the next one is strong willpower. Now, I heard the term willpower a lot, and I honestly didn't know exactly what it meant. Well, I knew what it meant, but I wanted to know exactly what it's referring to in the definition by the oh my goodness, what's that thing with all the words? Dictionary. Wow, brain went away there. By the dictionary, and it's controlled, exerted to do something or restrain impulses. So the quote they've got here is most of our bad habits are due to laziness or lack of willpower. Now, I think what's really important to understand here is good traders become successful because they're willing to do the boring things that most people are not willing to do. Put some ones in the chat if you've got excited about a trade that you've put in before. If you've felt excitement. 1. Okay. Just Christine? Okay, good. 1. I think everyone here has felt that. I 100% have, and I still do to this day, but I try to reduce the amount that I feel it. Now put some ones in the chat if you've gotten bored and wanted to feel that excitement and put a trade in because you're like, oh, come on, I've been here for so long. I need a trade. Yes. 1. Okay, so this, to me, is lack of willpower. We have to have the mental discipline, the willpower, the restraint of our impulses while on the charts. If we can practice and have good mindset and good mental strength, good mental discipline, this provides us with the willpower, which is restraining our impulses to make trades unnecessarily, to feel the FOMO, to have all the emotions that we have drive us into, oh, I feel like I need a trade right now. Impulse buy. Oh, I just missed out on all those points just then. Oh, that's not fair. I want some points. Impulse sell. The willpower that you need to restrain those impulses is what's going to make you a good trader. In tune to that, good intuition, I think, is really important because sometimes, oh man, I've been there so many times. Yeah, I've been there. It's been part of my journey. Is heaps of, I guess, just lack of mental discipline and lack of willpower that just makes me go, oh, I feel like I'm missing out. Emotions, you win. Logical brain, you lose. Buy, sell. I have no willpower. I have no mental discipline. I've been there. I still find myself doing it. And I know for a fact that that is the one key aspect to my trading, that if I change, I think I'll be well up there with the best of them. But I know this is why, for me, discipline is my number one thing for this year, both physical and mental discipline, because I am lacking the willpower sometime to restrain from my impulses. So good intuition was the next one. And I feel sometimes we have these rules put in place so that we follow them, but then we get so concerned about the rules that we talk ourselves out from our intuition. There's been many times when I've jumped on the chart and I've seen something and it's just, and I think this comes with practice and time on the charts, but it's just so easily and quickly that, oh yeah, this is a perfect trade. And I don't know why or how, but I just feel it. It does tick all the boxes. Don't get me wrong. I'm not just saying, oh, here's something I'm feeling it. Please don't confuse this. I see a bullish engulfing. I quickly analyze the EMAs. I look at the TDI and you can see that everything to subconscious to some conscious level looks like it's in tune, and you take a buy or a sell and it's great. But then the more we get to know, the more we start to counteract our intuition and go, oh, I don't know, but what about, hang on, should it be this easy? Maybe I've got to check something. Maybe I'm missing something. Has anyone ever looked at the charts, seen a trade and be like, oh, hang on, I don't know if I should enter this. It's a bit too easy. Maybe I'm missing something. I should look to see what else there is that I'm missing. And it's okay if you haven't, but I know I have for a while. I started to find it was too easy. And now this is the balance. You don't want to just go, yes, I know everything. My intuition knows everything and just hit it. But you really want to understand that after a certain period of time, you do know what you're doing. Trust yourself. Have belief in yourself. Understand that you've been learning, that you put a year, 2 years, whatever your time frame is, into this skill. And you do know what you're doing. And they will sometimes, if there's something that you looked at and have practiced and you know it like it's the back of your hand, sometimes it will pop up and it will be the right thing. Second guessing yourself and doubting yourself is going to be something that absolutely destroys you. And that leads on to one of my next one, is that confidence in your ability. So if we trust our intuition and our confidence in our ability, and then our last one, we make decisive action, these are all things that are going to improve our trading. Now, yes, at the start, you may have too much ego and you may think you know everything and you'll lose from some of these things. But over time, you have to find that equilibrium balance where, yes, you understand enough. But remember, at the very start, when you started trading, you just trusted. You were pretty intuitive. You made the decisive action quickly, like, oh, this is what I'm learning. Yes, enter. And it mostly worked. And you weren't self-doubting, going, oh, maybe this is coming, maybe that. Oh, I can see this happening. I can see this happening. Oh, maybe I'll exit early. Fear, whatever other emotions were running you. So taking action decisively, having confidence in your ability, and trusting that intuition are all really important once you get to a certain level. And the last thing that I haven't spoke about is emotional intelligence. And this is a big one. And I think I'm going to save this for next time because we've only got a couple minutes left here. But under emotional intelligence, I think it's really important that what we're doing here is we are understanding ourselves to a certain level. Trading is nothing more than understanding yourself and how you respond or react to situations. You'll get to a point where you know the trading strategy. You have a trading plan, which gives you a bunch of rules, which you follow, which you know if you follow will equate in success. What is the one thing that pretty much everyone on this call does? They do not follow those rules to a T. Their emotions take over, they do the human thing, and they do not follow the rules. They are not disciplined enough to do everything as per rules. That's what makes us human. But the more you can understand yourself, the deeper you can dive into who you are and how you respond and how you react to certain situations, the more you'll be able to manage that. Once you've learned to manage that, the more you'll be able to stick to your rules, not change them according to the situations, thus becoming a more successful trader. Now, for emotional intelligence, I'm going to break up into 4 points, but I think I'll go into that next week. And they are self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. And we can relate these all back to a scenario on the charts as well. Okay, so I wanted to start to outline a little bit of what I believe are the attributes that make a successful trader. And I don't know if you noticed, but none of them were a type of strategy. I wasn't telling you technical analysis. I wasn't telling you price action, because those are the things that you need to learn, but those aren't the things that are going to make you successful. Risk management. trading plan, the strategy, your edge. You need to know those things, hands down. But it's the personal development side and the characteristic traits that you need to be able to understand and, I guess, control yourself that's really going to make you a successful trader. And this is what I want to delve into. And this is what I want you to try and find a different perspective on and start to look inside and see, what traits do I have? Where do I sit? Where am I centered? And what can I work on? Okay. So I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you've gotten some value out of this. I hope you've taken some notes. And I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. We will not be here tomorrow. Again, I'll be taking it off. So Thursday, Friday, I will be in a different location on Thursday. I'm actually helping my wife out in the shop. So bear with me if it's a little bit slow on Thursday. It should be fine. But like I said, I'm in a different situation. So just, yeah, we're going to have to see how it goes. But hopefully I will see you all on Thursday. Yeah, I am my own worst enemy. Don't worry. Everyone on the charts is their own worst enemy at some point. It is only you who you are versing. The markets do not choose who they attack. They just do what they do. They are just present and being. It is only you who can decide how you respond to them. And so all you're doing on the charts is you versus you. So don't worry, Judy. We've all been there, and I still am sometimes. So thank you. Cheers, Jack. Manifesting some great trades and mindset today. I love it. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. To our traders, I'll see you on the call. And to everyone listening on the podcast, I will see you in a couple of days. Speak to you then. Okay, bye.